Sarah, sis, listen! Guess what? I finally decided to get married!
What? You're getting married?
What's with that reaction? Your cute little sister is saying she's getting married, you know? Shouldn't you be saying congratulations or something celebratory?
Of course I think that's wonderful news. But Emma, you've been saying since we were kids that you wanted to live like those celebrity sisters or movie stars, loved by lots of men. You said you'd never get married. Remember how you used to say marriage was like a cage, that you wanted to be free to date whoever you wanted?
I guess I got tired of all that kind of thing. Getting confessed to by different guys every day, going on tons of dates, receiving presents. Being popular is actually pretty exhausting, you know? Like, seriously, do you know how hard it is to juggle 3 different guys asking me out for the same weekend? And then there's all the expensive gifts I have to graciously accept, even when I don't really want them.
Huh, I guess that's how it is. I wouldn't know what that feels like, but it does sound overwhelming when you put it that way.
Oh, sorry. My feelings are something you wouldn't understand, sis. A plain-faced sister who's never been popular with men wouldn't get it.
Right, you're absolutely right. I have no idea what it's like to be tired from being too popular. But for you to decide on marriage is amazing. What's your partner like? Is he someone from work? Or maybe one of those guys who's been pursuing you?
I knew you'd ask that. I think you'll be really surprised when you hear, sis. Like, seriously shocked. You might even drop your phone.
Well, as your sister, I'm naturally curious about my little sister's marriage partner. It's only natural to ask. You say I'll be surprised. Does that mean it's someone I know? But I hardly have any male acquaintances. Is it someone from our neighborhood? Or maybe someone from high school?
You don't have male friends, let alone female friends. Being ugly means you're not popular and you have few friends. It's really pitiful. But don't worry, I'm sure even you will recognize this person. In fact, you know him better than anyone else.
Yeah, making fun of me is fine, but hurry up and give me the answer. Who on earth are you marrying? Someone I know better than anyone else? Now I'm really curious.
Well, I'm actually marrying your husband, sis.
What?
I said your husband. I'm marrying Mark.
What? Wait, what did you just say? Did you say Mark? My Mark? My husband, Mark?
How's that? Surprised? I told you that you'd be shocked.
More than surprised. What do you mean? Why would Mark be marrying you? He's my husband. This doesn't make any sense. Are you joking? This is a really cruel joke, Emma.
Even if he's your husband, once you divorce, he can marry me right away. It doesn't matter that he's my sister's husband. Love doesn't care about family relationships, you know? Besides, don't you think Mark and I are way more compatible than you two?
So, explain what you mean. Don't tell me you've been having an affair with your sister's husband. Emma, please tell me this is some sick joke. Please tell me you haven't actually been seeing Mark behind my back. How long has this been going on? When did this start?
Well, what do you think? Does it really matter when it started? What matters is that he chose me in the end. I mean, can you really blame him? Look at what he had, and look at what he could have had instead.
Huh? I can't believe this! Mark and I have been together for years. We built a life together.
Anyway, can you hurry up and file the divorce papers? I've been mad ever since you got married before me. You're ugly, but you got to wear a wedding dress before me, and your husband is even a doctor. Do you know how humiliating it was for me? My older, uglier sister getting married first to such a successful man. All my friends kept asking why the pretty sister wasn't married yet, while the plain one already had a doctor husband. A miserable single life would suit you much better, sis.
So you're taking Mark away from me? For such a petty reason, you made a move on your sister's husband? You're destroying my marriage because you were jealous that I got married first? Emma, do you realize what you're saying? Do you understand what you've done?
That's right. So what? I didn't like it, so I decided to destroy it. What's wrong with that? Beautiful people like me should get the good things first. It's only natural.
What did you say? You're talking about destroying my marriage like it's a game. Emma, this is my life, my happiness. How can you be so cruel?
I mean, it's seriously annoying for someone ugly to marry a doctor. You never even had a proper boyfriend. You dated someone from college and went straight to marriage with him, and he turned out to be a doctor. It was too perfect a story, so of course I wanted to ruin it. Like, where's the fairness in that? I'm the one who should have the fairy tale ending. You should have stayed single and lonely, taking care of our parents or something.
What's wrong with me being happy? I wasn't bothering you at all. I never tried to compete with you or take anything away from you. I just lived my own life and found someone who loved me. What's wrong with that?
Huh? Ugly people being happy is bothersome just by existing.
What? I can't believe my own sister is saying these things to me.
Only beautiful people like me should be happy and smiling. Ugly people should live plain, miserable lives like they're supposed to. That's just how the world works, sis. I'm just correcting a mistake.
That's terrible. Emma, when did you become so heartless? We're sisters.
By the way, Mark is already head over heels for me. When I cutely invited him out, he immediately took me to dinner, and he was totally smitten, saying, "You're so beautiful." He couldn't take his eyes off me the entire time. It was honestly too easy. When I asked him, "Want to switch to me?" he immediately said, "Okay."
Mark said that? I don't believe it. Mark wouldn't say those things. You're making this up, aren't you? Please tell me you're making this up.
And of course, Dad and Mom are totally in favor of Mark and my marriage, too. They said they always thought Mark was more suitable as my husband. They said if it makes me happy, that's all that matters. Mom actually said she was wondering when Mark would realize he married the wrong sister. And Dad said a successful man like Mark deserves a beautiful wife who can stand beside him proudly. I have to say, I'm way too beloved.
I see. Even our parents are saying that. Even at a time like this, they won't take my side. Of course. It's always been this way, hasn't it? Even when we were kids, if we both wanted the same toy, they'd give it to you. If we both got in trouble, somehow it would end up being my fault.
Well, it can't be helped, right? Between a beautiful sister and an ugly sister, of course they dote on the beautiful one. Parents naturally want their prettier daughter to be happy. It's basic biology or something. Besides, they said I have a better chance of giving them beautiful grandchildren.
You're right. That's how our parents have always been since we were little.
Plus, Mark became part of our family and even paid to renovate our house, right? If we have a doctor's son-in-law like that, it doesn't matter whose husband he is. Mom and Dad said the important thing is keeping the money in the family. They said as long as Mark stays and keeps paying for things, the details don't matter. Pretty smart thinking, don't you think?
So Mark chose you as his wife, too. Everyone has abandoned me. My husband, my parents, my sister. I have no one left.
That's right. Well then, thanks for the divorce.
Hey, Mark, I've already filled out the divorce papers, so can you sign your part and file them later?
What? You already filled them out? Well, that was fast. I wasn't expecting you to have them ready so soon.
Of course I did. It seems like this is the only way forward. Emma explained everything to me. About you two. About Mom and Dad supporting your marriage to her. I understand that you found someone better. Someone more beautiful. More suitable for a successful doctor. So I'll pack up my things right away, too. But can you wait just a little longer for me to move out? I need to find a place to live. I don't have much saved up on my own, so it might take me a week or two to find something affordable.
That's fine, because I've already arranged something. Don't worry about the money or the time. I've already taken care of it.
You're pretty well prepared. You must have really wanted to divorce me quickly.
Well, yeah, but you feel the same way, right, Sarah? I mean, this situation isn't easy for anyone involved.
Huh? What do you mean I feel the same way? The same way about what?
Anyway, I'll send you the address of the apartment I rented later. Once you're settled, I'll come pick you up, so just stay there quietly for a while, okay? It's a nice place, don't worry. You'll be comfortable there.
Wait a minute. Pick me up? What do you mean? Huh? Why would you pick me up after we're divorced?
Huh? Why? Isn't that obvious? Sarah, I thought you understood what was happening here.
Huh? It's obvious? Mark, I'm confused. Can you please explain clearly?
Wait, hold on. Don't tell me, Sarah, you don't understand what's happening. Oh no, this is worse than I thought.
Huh? Don't understand what? You're divorcing me to remarry Emma, right? That's what Emma told me. Mom and Dad approve of you and Emma remarrying too, and I'm supposed to leave this house so the four of you can live together, right? Emma was very clear about all of this. She seemed so happy about your decision.
Wait, hold on. Really wait. Let's pause for a moment. Sarah, there's been a serious misunderstanding here. This is not what I expected at all.
Huh? What kind of misunderstanding? Emma told me everything.
I'll send you the apartment address now, so after you sign the divorce papers and pack up, please come there, okay? This is very important. Please just trust me on this. I'll head over there later too, so let's clear up this misunderstanding there. We need to talk properly, face to face, where no one else can interfere.
Misunderstanding? Mark, you're scaring me. What misunderstanding? Are you saying Emma lied to me? But why would she do that?
Just come to the apartment. You just need to trust me, and that's enough. I know this is confusing, but everything will make sense soon. I'll be waiting at the apartment.
Yoo-hoo! Sis, how have things been since then? Did you properly discuss about the divorce with Mark? I haven't heard from either of you, so I'm assuming everything went smoothly.
Yes, we had a thorough discussion about the divorce. He told me to hurry up and write the divorce papers, so I filled them out. Everything has been handled just as you wanted.
That's hilarious! Hurry up and write them. Mark is unexpectedly harsh. I guess when men find their true love, they can be pretty cold to their old wives. But it can't be helped. Anyone would want to get a beautiful wife quickly.
That's right. You're very beautiful, unlike me. You've received all our parents' love, and every boy around you has never been able to leave you alone. I've always known I could never compete with you.
Well, yeah, so your husband is already under my spell. As you probably realized from talking to Mark, nobody needs you anymore, sis. If you understand that, hurry up and file those divorce papers and disappear, you ugly sister. The sooner you're gone, the sooner Mark and I can start our perfect life together.
I already filed the papers without being told. I knew there was no point in fighting something that was meant to be.
Finally, some common sense from you. I was worried you might try to cause trouble or make a scene. Bye-bye, ugly. Take care. I'll be living happily with Mark and Mom and Dad, the four of us together.
Yes, you take care too. I hope you get everything you deserve, Emma.
Hey, sis, what's going on? Mark has just disappeared. When I woke up this morning, all his stuff was gone. His clothes, his medical books, his car, everything.
Oh.
What's with that indifferent response? This is serious. My fiancé has vanished into thin air. Today was supposed to be the day we were going to file our marriage certificate. Wait, sis, don't tell me you kidnapped Mark. You bitter, jealous witch! You couldn't handle losing, so you just took him away!
Huh? Kidnapped? Emma, that's a very serious accusation.
But it's weird for him to just vanish so suddenly. Sis, you kidnapped him, didn't you?
I wouldn't do something like that. Emma, you need to calm down a little.
That's my line! You kidnapped him because you didn't want your sister to take your husband! Kidnapping him because you're bitter about being cheated on is unbelievable! Stop doing stupid things and give me back my doctor husband! Mom and Dad are furious! They were counting on Mark for the mortgage payments!
Kidnapping is rude to suggest. Actually, Mark is right next to me now, of his own free will.
What did you just say? Right next to you? That's impossible! Mark chose me!
There's no way I could kidnap a grown man like him. Well, I'm off to file our marriage certificate. I'm busy, so see you later.
What? Wait, huh? What? What's happening? The marriage certificate is supposed to be filed by Mark and me. Mark is supposed to marry me. Why are you, who got divorced, filing a marriage certificate with Mark again? This doesn't make any sense. You're divorced. It's over.
Because this time she's marrying into my family.
Huh?
As if I'd marry someone like you. My wife will only ever be Sarah. I'm sorry you misunderstood the situation, but I never had any intention of marrying you.
Wait, huh? Could this be Mark? Mark, finally! Where have you been? Why did you disappear?
Yeah, it's me. I wasn't kidnapped or taken away. I chose to run away with Sarah of my own free will. There was never going to be a wedding, Emma. I never agreed to marry you. I'm never going back to that house, and I don't plan to see you or your family again.
Huh?
I've always thought your family was messed up. Poor Sarah was always being mistreated, with a spoiled sister and parents who overlooked it, as Sarah's husband watching that every day was unpleasant.
Unpleasant? What do you mean? That's just how things always were in our house.
Do you have any idea how painful it was to watch my wife being constantly put down by her own family? Every family dinner, every holiday, every gathering, you all treated her like she was worthless.
But ugly people deserve to be mistreated. It's normal for only beautiful people to be loved and ugly people to get mediocre treatment. Why should we pretend she's as good as me when she's obviously not?
I can't believe you can think that about your own sister. Sarah is one of the kindest, most genuine people I've ever met. She's intelligent, caring, and beautiful in ways you'll never understand. I thought I could improve Sarah's position even a little, so I married into your family like your parents wanted, and I helped with renovating the house, too. I hoped that by becoming part of the family, I could protect Sarah better. I thought maybe if I contributed financially, your parents would treat her with more respect. But your parents' arrogant attitude didn't change, and then you tried to steal me away. It just made me sick. That's when I decided, let's get out of being a live-in son-in-law and leave that house together.
What? But you seemed so interested when I asked if you wanted to switch.
Who said I agreed to switch? I just said it was an interesting offer and deflected. I never said I wanted to marry you. Did you really think I would abandon the woman I love for someone as shallow and cruel as you?
Wait, so you really don't intend to marry me? But I'm offering myself to you. I'm a beautiful woman offering to be your wife. Do you know how many men would kill for this opportunity?
Sorry, Emma. The position of his wife has always been mine.
Ah! Don't get all Oh, high and mighty, you ugly! Just because you have one person on your side doesn't mean you should get cocky, you ugly woman! This isn't over! I'll tell Mom and Dad what you've done!
I'm not getting cocky. But anyway, he and I are leaving the house and never coming back to our family home. I temporarily divorced and now I'm marrying into his family. We're going to build a life together, away from all this toxicity. Please give my regards to Mom and Dad.
Huh! If you've made up your mind, then never come back! I wasn't even serious about marrying your husband anyway. Besides, we get to keep the newly renovated house, so I'm perfectly happy. Thanks for renovating the house and even taking away my ugly sister. Can you tell the garbage collector Mark that?
What are you talking about? You guys have to pay the full amount for the renovated house, you know?
Huh? What do you mean pay the full amount? Mark was handling all the payments.
That renovated house was put under Dad's name because he got carried away when Mark was agreeing to everything. I'm the head of household. The son-in-law just needs to make the payments, he said. Remember? Dad insisted on being the official owner because of his pride.
What? That's how it was? But that means...
So, the mortgage is all in Dad's name. Everything was in Dad's name, with only the payments being Mark's responsibility. While I was being looked down on, Mark was also being used. I feel so sorry for him.
Wait. So that means the person who was making the payments disappeared? Oh no. Do we seriously have to pay the entire house mortgage ourselves?
Everyone needs to work together and do your best. It's not like Dad can't pay for that, and Emma, I'm sure you'll find someone to help with the loan payments soon enough.
There's no way I'll find someone like that. Stop messing around. What man is going to want to marry into debt?
I'm not messing around, though. Well, the three of you work hard together honestly. If the three family members split the payments, the individual burden will be lighter, too.
We can't work hard enough for that. Sis, don't you know? Dad is quitting his job this month.
What? He's quitting? Why would he quit his job now?
He said since we have a doctor's son-in-law, he can retire now. Dad already submitted his resignation, so there's no way he can handle a loan. And Mom has always been a housewife, and I only work part-time 3 days a week because I want to have fun.
I guess the three of you will have to work desperately hard.
Even working hard won't be enough. Hey, you don't have to come back, but at least pay the loan for us. We renovated the house thinking Mark would keep paying forever. Mom and Dad are angry that the promise is broken.
But there's no written agreement or anything. Mark never signed any contract promising to pay forever. He was just being generous to his in-laws.
Huh? You think that argument will work?
If you wanted Mark to keep paying forever, you shouldn't have acted in ways that would make him want to leave the house.
What's that supposed to mean? That we should have sucked up to you and your husband? Why should we have to grovel to an ugly woman and her husband?
We don't want to see you guys groveling, and we never asked for that. But if you're planning to live off other people's money, there should normally be some consideration and proper attitude. Basic respect and gratitude would have gone a long way.
Shut up! Fine, just leave the money. You can leave, but give us the money. At least handle the mortgage. It's not fair. You can't just destroy our lives like this. What are we supposed to do? Lose the house? Live in some tiny apartment?
That's something Dad, as the person whose name is on it, should work hard on with the rest of you. Now you have to face the consequences. Well, take care. We'll live happily and healthily. Sometime later, I found information about our family home being sold online. Apparently, the mortgage payments became too difficult, and they had to give up their brand new house. After that, my unemployed parents are apparently living in some cheap apartment, relying on my sister Emma. But they're pressuring her every day, saying, "Hurry up and marry rich and make us happy." And even when she finally finds someone good, they ruin everything by interrogating them with questions like, "What's your salary? Will you build us a house?" Sarah! I heard about the wedding venue from Michael yesterday. I saw the brochure too, and it looks like such a lovely place. I've been showing it to all my friends at the country club. It's been a while, Patricia. I'm happy to hear you say that. Michael and I fell in love with that venue the moment we saw it, so I'm glad you like it too. I heard you're having a lovely garden wedding. It's so much like you two. I think it'll be a wonderful wedding. Very romantic and intimate. You have such good taste, dear. Very impressive.
Thank you so much. Now I guess we just need good weather. The backup indoor plan is nice, but nothing beats the garden setting. Actually, Michael has been making sunny dolls every day for good weather. Even though the wedding is still far away, he's getting ahead of himself. I keep telling him it's too early to worry, but he's so determined.
Oh my, that boy is even more excited than I am. He's been like that since he was little, always planning everything months in advance. Weather is important too, but I think there's another important matter we need to discuss. Something I've been thinking about quite a bit lately.
Huh? Important matter? What do you mean? Is there something wrong with the planning?
Well, it's not exactly wrong. I think the ceremony itself sounds lovely, but I think the guest list needs some revision. I don't really want to interfere, but I just can't help being concerned about this, as someone with more experience in these matters.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything that needs revising. Michael and I went over the list so many times. We have relatives and friends from both sides. The numbers aren't too many or too few. It's well balanced out. Everyone has already confirmed they can attend the ceremony too.
Oh, Sarah, what are you talking about? For wedding invitations, relatives from the groom's side are more than enough, don't you think? That's how proper families have always done it. You're becoming part of our family, so there's no need for the bride's relatives to come. It would actually be more appropriate that way.
What? I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you mean. Why wouldn't my family be invited to my own wedding? Why is it just the groom's relatives?
Think about it logically, dear. Once you marry Michael, you'll be a member of our family. Your old family connections become, well, less relevant. Besides, your family is a single-parent household. From that perspective, I don't think they should be invited. Could you reconsider? It's really for the best for everyone involved.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. My mother also deserves to be there. This is my wedding too, not just Michael's.
What did you say? I thought you were more reasonable than this.
Also, from what you just said, it sounds like you're saying parents from single-parent families aren't suitable to attend weddings. Am I misunderstanding something here? Because that's what it sounds like you're implying.
You're not misunderstanding. That's exactly what I mean. Is there a problem with that? I'm just being honest about social expectations.
Huh? I can't believe you actually just said that.
Look, I'm allowing the marriage because my son insists, but single-parent families are, you know. I don't like people who are foolish enough to get divorced when they have children. I don't want such inconsiderate people at my son's wedding. It reflects poorly on our family's reputation. Surely you can understand that, right?
We explained about my parents' divorce during our family meeting, didn't we? I thought you understood the situation back then. My father changed into a spendthrift after his company went bankrupt. My mother supported him, hoping he'd return to his old self, but then he even started using my college fund. My mother chose divorce to protect me from such a father. She sacrificed everything to give me a better life.
I heard that story, but choosing to marry such a foolish man in the first place makes your mother foolish too. Smart women can see through men's true character from the beginning. I'm sorry, but I just really hate stupid people, and I especially can't stand when they make excuses for their poor choices.
What? How can you say something so cruel about my mother?
You made excuses about how bankruptcy changed him, but bankruptcy just revealed his true nature, right? Financial stress doesn't create character flaws, it exposes them. Not seeing through that before marriage was stupid, and having a child despite being stupid was also stupid. Choosing divorce knowing the child would suffer in a poor single-parent household. That's where your mother is stupid too.
Wait a minute. I can't let that slide. Please stop calling my precious mother stupid. You have no right to judge her choices. She did what she had to do to protect me.
What? I'm right, aren't I? Smart people like me don't get fooled by stupid men, and most importantly, would never do something as foolish as getting divorced.
Sure, families that stay together without divorce are wonderful, but every family has its own circumstances and background. You can't just judge everyone by the same standard. My mother did her best in an impossible situation.
I don't care about stupid people's circumstances. Excuses are what weak people use when they can't handle real life. So don't bring your mother to the wedding, because stupidity and poverty don't belong at my son's important wedding.
Michael, do you have a minute? I really need to talk to you about the wedding.
Of course, what's wrong? Is there something you want to change about the ceremony? Did the venue contact you about something?
I don't want to change anything, but your mother seems to. She contacted me earlier today about this.
Huh? About what?
She said since I'm marrying into your family, there's no need to invite the bride's relatives, and she specifically asked me not to invite my stupid single mother. Those were her exact words, Michael.
No way! My mother said that?
If you don't believe me, I can show you the text messages later. I have screenshots of everything she said.
Sorry, I'm not doubting you at all. I know you wouldn't lie about something like this. I'm just shocked that she would break her promise to me.
Promise? What promise?
Actually, I've been keeping this from you, but my mother told me not to invite the bride's relatives, too.
Really? You never mentioned this. What exactly did she say to you?
She said it would be more appropriate if only our family attended. Of course, I didn't want to do that, and I strictly told her never to say such things to you. I made her promise to keep her opinions to herself. I never thought she'd break her promise and contact you directly, so I'm really sorry about my mother.
No, I'm actually glad to hear that you were against it. You are standing up for me behind the scenes. That means more to me than you know.
Of course. Your mother is a wonderful person who raised you so well all by herself. Not inviting such a person to the wedding is absolutely crazy.
Michael, thank you for saying that.
You know that my mother cares about appearances more than anything. She's always looked down on others, thinking she's superior and everyone else is stupid. It's been like this my whole life.
What do you mean?
Since I was a child, she'd say things like, "Don't play with them, they're from a single-parent family," or "Don't play with kids who go to public school." She'd make comments about other families' financial situations. She'd criticize neighbors for their job choices or their children's achievements. I thought she had mellowed out as an adult, but apparently nothing's changed.
I was really hurt by this conversation, Michael. From her comments towards my mother. We weren't as wealthy as other families, being a single-parent household. But I'm so proud of being raised with so much love from my mother. She taught me values that money can't buy, but somehow it feels like even that was denied today. Like everything I value about my upbringing was dismissed as worthless.
I'm really sorry my mother made you feel that way. Your mother did an incredible job raising you. You're kind, hardworking, and compassionate. That's all because of how she raised you. Actually, there's something I've been thinking about for a while. Can you listen to what I have to say next?
Huh? What is it? You sound serious.
I'll come to your house after work today. I'll buy some side dishes from that place you like, so let's have dinner together. There's something important I want you to hear while we eat.
Wait, Sarah. I just arrived at the venue and I see your mother here. Why is your mother at the venue? I specifically told you not to invite her here. I thought we had settled this matter months ago.
Yes, you did say that, but I never agreed to it.
Well, how suddenly defiant! I can't believe you're being so stubborn about this, but your opinion doesn't matter here. You're becoming part of our family, so you just need to listen to me, your future mother-in-law. That's how proper families work. There's a hierarchy.
So you're saying I should just obey to you and kick my mother out of here immediately? Right here, right now, in front of everyone?
Of course! That's exactly what needs to happen, immediately. I thought you were much smarter than this, so I'm shocked you actually invited your mother. You should have known better. Poor single mothers don't belong at today's celebration. Make your mother leave this venue right now, before more guests arrive and see her.
You know what, Patricia? You're definitely going to regret this later. I'm giving you one last chance to reconsider.
No way! Just do as I say. You should actually be thanking me later. Thank you for making my stupid mother leave. Thanks to you, we had a wonderful ceremony. That's what you'll be saying to me once you realize how much better the wedding looks without her there. Wait, Sarah! What was today's wedding about? I can't believe what just happened in there. You said unnecessary things in front of everyone about me kicking out your mother. What were you thinking? Do you have any idea how humiliated I am right now?
I'm actually surprised that you thought I'd quietly obey and stay silent. Did you really think I would just let you disrespect my mother like that?
Huh? I was just trying to help you avoid embarrassment.
You knew it was something you wouldn't want said in front of everyone, so why did you make me kick my mother out? You shouldn't have done it in the first place. If you were ashamed of your actions, maybe that should have told you something.
What kind of girl are you? You became even more defiant right after the wedding ended. This is not how daughters-in-law are supposed to behave. Because of you, I'm being bombarded with terrible questions from relatives. They're demanding I explain what happened.
Then why don't you just go ahead and explain to them? Tell them you think single-parent families are just poor and stupid. Tell them such parents don't belong at your son's wedding, so you kicked her out. Just be honest about your beliefs.
If I said that, it would be like adding fuel to the fire. How can you suggest I say something like that?
But it's the truth, isn't it? Those are your exact words from our conversation. Why are you ashamed of your own opinions now?
Ugh! Having such a defiant girl as our daughter-in-law! I should have trusted my instincts from the beginning. I shouldn't have let a single mother's daughter marry into our family.
Oh, about that. I have some news for you. I'm not marrying into your family anymore.
What? What are you talking about? Of course you're marrying into our family. That's what weddings are for.
Actually, Michael asked me something a few months ago. He said, why don't I become part of your family instead? We talked about it for weeks and decided it was the best solution. So our marriage will have Michael joining my family. I'm not marrying into yours, so don't worry. You won't have to deal with having me as a daughter-in-law after all.
What? Wait, this is the first I'm hearing of this. How can you make such a major decision without consulting us? My son Michael becoming part of your family is absolutely not acceptable, and the family he's joining is a single-parent household. This goes against everything we believe in.
It's the best family to join, Mom. I think it's a great chance to cut ties with my embarrassing parents. So never appear in front of me again.
Huh? Michael? When did you join this conversation? And what do you mean by embarrassing parents?
Yeah, it's Michael, your son, who's about to join another family. I've been reading your messages to Sarah. I blocked you and Dad on all platforms right after the ceremony ended, so consider this our last conversation.
Wait, please explain what's going on. You can't just cut contact with your own parents. We raised you. We paid for your education.
What needs explaining? You've shown your true colors today.
Why do you have to join another family? This is insane! Families don't work this way! And since Sarah is right there, you should tell her off, making those degrading comments about me in front of everyone. She ruined the wedding and I'm so angry! She made me look like a villain in front of all our relatives.
You and Dad were the ones who ruined it first. Sarah just exposed what you were already doing.
What? How can you say that about your own parents?
I was really looking forward to my wedding to Sarah. It was supposed to be the happiest day of our lives. But you broke your promise to me and asked Sarah not to invite her mother, didn't you? Our ideal wedding was already ruined at that point. Before the ceremony even began, you had already destroyed it.
What are you saying? I was trying to prevent you from being embarrassed, so I hardened my heart and asked Sarah's mother to leave. Poor single mothers might make some guests uncomfortable, right? I was protecting our family's reputation.
Nobody would feel that way except you.
That's not true. Look, single-parent families mean the parents have divorce experience. Having someone with divorce experience at a wedding celebration is, it's bad luck and doesn't fit the occasion, right? Other people must understand this too.
The shameless mother who interferes in other people's families and the deadbeat father obsessed with his affair partner. You two are the ones who don't belong at a celebration. How dare you say that while ignoring your own problems?
What? What are you talking about?
Did you think I didn't know anything? I know all about Dad's affair and how you turn a blind eye to it. I've known for years about his business trips and late nights. I wondered since childhood why you two didn't get divorced. But after this incident, I finally understand. Divorce would be impossible for someone as proud as you. It would be like admitting to everyone that you were stupid for choosing such a cheating man.
No way! You knew about your father's affair? How long have you known? Who told you?
Yeah, I've known since I noticed in elementary school. I always hated how you pretended not to see it instead of just getting divorced. Even as a child, I could see how miserable you both were.
I didn't divorce for your sake. I'm not like those stupid women who impulsively choose divorce. I deliberately turned a blind eye after carefully considering what was best for you. I sacrificed my own happiness to give you a stable home.
You look down on people with divorce history, but I think people who can impulsively divorce are cooler. At least they have the courage to change their situation.
What? How can you say such a thing?
Rather than living quietly watching pathetic parents pretend to have a marriage, I'm jealous of Sarah's life growing up with just her mother supporting each other. They had real love and respect in their home. You have no resolve to raise a child alone, so don't you dare call her mother stupid. To me, Sarah's mother is the strongest and most admirable mother. She chose her child's well-being over social expectations.
I endured not divorcing for your sake. How can you say such things? Everything I did was to protect you from a broken home.
Blaming the child like that is what's pathetic. Don't use me as an excuse for your cowardice. Whether families choose to stay together or divorce for the children's sake is their choice. But comparing Sarah and me, her family was definitely happier. She grew up with genuine love and support. I grew up watching two people who couldn't stand each other.
What? After everything we provided for you?
Sarah's family had less money, but infinitely more love. Don't mock people who accomplished what you couldn't. Don't mock the person I love and the woman who raised her. I don't need a mother who only has pride and no heart.
Michael, please don't say that. I'm still your mother no matter what. We can work through this.
No, we can't. You've shown me who you really are, and I want nothing to do with it.
Please reconsider. Let's talk about this face to face.
No, I'm never seeing you again after this marriage.
Sarah, please, I'm begging you. Ask Michael to at least contact me. That boy really blocked us completely and we can't reach him at all. I've tried calling from different numbers, but he won't answer.
Michael is doing well, so don't worry. If you have any messages, I'll pass them along. He's happy and settling into married life nicely.
I want to communicate directly as family. This is ridiculous. I'm his mother. He can't just cut me out of his life forever.
We're married now, and I'm also Michael's family. So communicating through me is also direct family communication. This is how he wants to handle contact right now.
Ugh, you're so difficult to talk to. I know you're angry about the wedding, so please forgive us already. I'll apologize to your mother too, okay? We can put this whole thing behind us.
No apology is necessary for my mother. Well then, excuse me. I have things to do.
Oh, wait! Please don't hang up on me like this. I really think I did something terrible. I've had time to reflect, and I see that now. So your father and I discussed about it and decided something. How about having another wedding ceremony?
Excuse me? Are you serious right now?
We'll invite your mother and have a proper wedding ceremony. Of course, my husband and I will pay for everything. Then you and Michael will forgive us, right? It'll be like a fresh start for all of us.
Do you seriously think you'll be forgiven for something like that? Do you think throwing money at the problem will fix everything?
Having another wedding ceremony would be wonderful. We'll make it even bigger and better than the first one. We'll pay all the expenses. So let's start over and everyone can make up. Next time anyone can come, even single mothers, I promise.
We already had our do-over ceremony, so it's fine.
What do you mean you already had one? With who? When?
I told my mother beforehand that you might kick her out of the wedding. Michael and I talked about it and prepared for that possibility, and my mother said that would actually be helpful. She said she'd probably cry during the ceremony and disrupt it anyway, so watching from a distance would be just right for her.
Oh, really?
So, Michael and I decided to give my mother a private wedding photo session with just the three of us. With just us, she could cry as much as she wanted, and we could take lots of photos to look back on later. My mother was so happy, and she said she preferred that intimate setting anyway.
So that's the do-over wedding ceremony? That's not fair at all! I want proper wedding photos with my son too! I barely took any photos because you ruined everything with your announcements!
I'd like to give them to you, but this photo session was a special gift for my mother. After everything she's been through, she deserved that moment, so I can't give those photos to you. They're not yours to have.
What? But I'm his mother! I have rights to photos of my own son's wedding! This is so unfair!
If you really want wedding photos with Michael, somehow make up with him and get them from him directly. That's between you and your son. Well then, I'll be going now.
Wait, don't go yet! Can you at least tell me how he's doing?
He's doing wonderfully. He's happier than I've ever seen him.
Please, I'm begging you. Just ask him to call me once. I promise I won't bring up any of the wedding drama.
Sorry, I can't help you out. Goodbye, Patricia. Patricia and her husband, having lost Michael, who was the thread holding their marriage together, now spend lonely days as a loveless couple who don't speak to each other. According to Michael, they're being criticized by all the relatives and their family is falling apart. They might divorce soon.
Hey, you idiot! I stuffed your bedding into the bedroom closet, so you're sleeping and living in there from now on.
What?
You have 104-degree fever, right? With everything going on these days, you need to be quarantined. Don't you dare sleep in the same bed as me.
What? Kyle, are you being serious right now? A closet?
Of course I'm serious. Do you think I'm joking about infection control? Well, I'm headed to work now. When you get back from the hospital, go straight to the closet. That's your room from now on.
Wait a minute, Kyle. Are you serious about making me sleep in the closet? I can barely stand up right now. How am I supposed to sleep in a cramped closet?
Of course I am. Anyone with a fever should obviously be quarantined. Make absolutely sure you don't give it to me. The closet has enough space for a person to lie down. What more do you need?
The test results showed it's just a cold, so you don't need to be that scared. And Kyle, I'm your wife. Shouldn't you be worried about my health instead of just avoiding me?
Whether it's just a cold or some new virus, it's still a problem. I'm handling important work right now. What if I catch your cold and have to miss work? My projects at the office are at a critical stage. The whole team is depending on me.
That's certainly a concern, but I plan to wear a mask at home. It's normal for family members to catch colds sometimes. You don't need to be so paranoid. And a closet, Kyle? Really? There's no ventilation in there. How's that supposed to help me recover?
Shut up! When I say quarantine, I mean quarantine! You think wearing a mask is enough? What about when you're sleeping? What about when you're coughing and sneezing? Anyway, you're living in the closet from now on. Don't you dare defy your husband as the wife!
But surely the closet is unreasonable. Putting a sick person in a dark, cramped space is horrible. Kyle, I have a high fever. I need rest and proper air circulation. The closet is basically a box.
But Mom said I should do this too!
Huh?
When I consulted with Mom, she said I should definitely quarantine you. I got detailed advice, and the result is quarantine in the closet. She was very concerned about me catching anything from you. She knows how important my work is.
What kind of advice leads to that? Margaret actually told you to put me in a closet? That doesn't sound like her at all.
She said just wearing a mask isn't enough. Sleeping arrangements must be absolutely separate, and if there's a spare room, I should stick you in there. Mom understands that I can't afford to get sick right now. She's looking out for my career.
So you're sticking your wife in a closet? Kyle, a closet is not a spare room, it's a storage space.
That's the only available space in this house!
But I have a 104-degree fever. Kyle, listen to yourself. You're talking about making your sick wife sleep in a closet like she's some kind of pest. How about this? From now on, I'll stay in the bedroom. So Kyle, please sleep in the living room for a while. This way, we'll have perfect quarantine, right? The sofa pulls out into a bed. You could be comfortable there for a few days until I'm better.
Are you kidding me? Why should the husband sleep in the living room? Sick people should just sleep quietly in the closet and get better.
What?
No matter what you say, the bedroom is mine. The wife should just sleep quietly in the closet. I need quality sleep to perform at work. My job is demanding, and I can't function without proper rest.
But I have a 104-degree fever. Making me sleep in a closet won't help me get better. It'll make things worse. Kyle, I'm dizzy. I'm aching all over, and I can barely think straight. Please, just show me some basic human compassion here.
You should be grateful I'm even providing you with a place to sleep. If I wanted, I could throw you outside.
Kyle, what are you saying? Throw me outside? I'm your wife, not some stray animal.
While your husband is working hard and being careful about infection control, you carelessly go and get a fever. I've been taking vitamins, washing my hands constantly, being responsible, and you just go and get sick anyway. You're a failure as a wife, but I'm still providing such a person with a place to sleep.
I was being careful about infection control too, but if you get sick, you get sick. There's nothing you can do about it. I've been wearing masks, using hand sanitizer, avoiding crowds. Getting sick isn't a moral failing, Kyle. And don't you have even one word asking if I'm okay? Not once have you asked how I'm feeling or if I need anything. What kind of husband are you?
Why should I worry about someone like you? If anything, you should be apologizing for getting a fever.
Apologize? You want me to apologize for being ill? Kyle, do you even hear yourself right now?
Because of your fever, I'll have to eat out for a while. That means our food expenses will be higher than usual. I was counting on home-cooked meals this week. Now I'll have to spend money on restaurants and takeout. Do you know how much that's going to cost? $20, $30 a day.
What? So your main concern about me being sick is the cost of eating out?
In other words, because of you, my hard-earned money is being wasted. Apologize for causing waste by getting a fever. I work overtime, I save money, I budget carefully, and then you go and mess it all up.
Why do I have to be blamed for all this? If you hate wasting money so much, why don't you cook for yourself? You know where the kitchen is. You know how to boil water, make your own food.
Why should I cook? Cooking is your job. I work a full-time job bringing in the income. The least you can do is handle the household duties, and you're abandoning it over a little fever. I could divorce you, you know.
What did you say? You're threatening divorce because I got a cold? Because I don't want to sleep in a closet?
Getting sick without permission, abandoning housework, and then trying to steal the bedroom from your husband. What kind of wife makes demands when she's supposed to be apologetic? Such a useless wife shouldn't be surprised to be served with divorce papers.
But even if you say that, I have a 104-degree fever. Kyle, I can barely stand up. I'm shivering and sweating at the same time, and you're talking about divorce?
I don't care about your condition. You should be grateful I even provided a place to sleep. Yet you're asking for concern. How selfish can you be? Just sleep quietly in the closet. Listen, don't come out until your fever is completely gone, you worthless wife. And don't you dare make any noise in there. I need my sleep for work tomorrow.
Sarah, dear, I just heard from my son. You have a high fever, I hear. Did you go to the hospital? It's been a while, Margaret. Yes, I went to the hospital this morning and was diagnosed with a cold. The doctor said it should clear up in a few days with rest and fluids. Getting a cold at this time of year. Make sure you don't give it to my son, Kyle. Of course. That's why I plan to spend time in home quarantine. Kyle has been very concerned about not catching it from me. Home quarantine? I wonder if that's really effective. These days you can't be too careful about spreading illness, even if it's just a cold. Sarah, don't you think you should leave the house for a while? Do you mean I should stay somewhere else overnight? I hadn't thought about leaving the house entirely. Is that what you think would be best? Yes, that would be best. In these times, once you get a fever, it's serious. People are so worried about catching anything, even from family members. My son Kyle has a decent position at his company, so if Kyle catches it and has to miss work, it would be terrible. To prevent that, I think thorough quarantine would be better. Thank you for your concern. It seems you gave Kyle some advice. Thanks to that, our quarantine measures are perfect. Kyle has been very thorough about making sure we stay separated. Oh, is that so? Yes, I'll be sleeping in the bedroom closet until my fever goes down. What? Did you just say bedroom closet? Sarah, what do you mean? We won't be sleeping in the same bed, so please don't worry. I'm sure the cold won't spread. Wait a minute, did you just say closet? Sarah, please tell me you don't mean you're actually sleeping inside a closet. Yes, the closet. This morning, Kyle kindly moved my bedding there. He said it was the only available space for quarantine in our apartment. What? Well, I'm feeling unwell, so I'll excuse myself now. Looking at my phone screen is getting painful. Wait a minute! Sarah, dear, what's your situation right now? A sick person with high fever in a closet? This is insane! How are you supposed to recover in a closet? It's Kyle's quarantine method. He apparently came up with it based on your advice. What? I didn't mean quarantine in that sense. What is that boy doing? I see, but anywhere I can sleep is fine now, so excuse me. I'm so tired I can barely think straight. I just need to lie down. What? Typing is really hard for me. Good night. You're going to sleep in a closet in that condition? Wait, Sarah, are you okay? I'll let myself into the house later. I'm coming over right now. Don't you dare sleep in that closet.
Hey, Sarah, how's your fever? Are you feeling a bit better?
I still have a 104-degree fever. I feel better after taking medicine, but it goes right back to high fever. The medicine only helps for a couple hours at a time. Then I'm right back to feeling awful.
You've been sleeping for half a day and you're still not better. You really are useless. I thought you'd be recovered by now. How hard is it to get over a simple cold?
Excuse me?
Looks like you'll be living in the closet for a while. Listen up. Finish your meal and shower before I get home from work. And once I'm back, don't come out of the closet at all. I don't want to see you wandering around the house when I'm trying to relax.
You're making me, with a high fever, handle meals and showers by myself? Won't you cook anything for me or help wipe off my sweat? And I'm alternating between chills and sweats. I could really use some help.
Why should the husband do such things? There's no way I'd take care of my wife. That's not what husbands do. I'm not your nurse or your servant.
I take care of the house and look after you every day. I even nurse you when you're sick. Don't you feel anything seeing your wife suffering with a high fever?
A wife taking care of her husband is a natural duty. Don't act so high and mighty about it.
What?
Use that stupid head of yours to think. What if I catch your cold while nursing you? You want me to risk my health, my career, my future just to make you more comfortable? I'm in an important position at work. The company can't function without me. If such an important person like me has to take time off, can someone like you take responsibility?
Responsibility?
Of course you can't. Impossible for just a housewife like you. You don't bring in any income, you don't have any important meetings, you don't have deadlines.
What?
Listen, nobody's troubled if you get sick, but if I get sick, the company... No, the whole world would be in trouble. My team depends on me for guidance. My clients need my expertise. Don't you dare try to make such an important person nurse you. Your nursing is less important than my safety. Just think about how not to infect your husband.
Before thinking, I want a divorce.
Huh?
That settled it for me. Kyle, let's get divorced. I can't be married to someone who sees me as this worthless and expendable.
Hey now, divorce? What's gotten into you suddenly? You can't be serious. Has the fever finally made you lose your mind?
I'm feeling worse again, so I'm going to sleep. When my fever goes down, please sign the divorce papers so we can divorce immediately. This conversation has shown me exactly what kind of person I married. Someone who thinks I'm worthless, who won't lift a finger to help me, who treats me like a disease.
I'll sign it right away. When your fever breaks and you come to your senses, it'll be too late to apologize. Hey, I opened the closet and there's no bedding or anything. Where are you right now? Sarah, answer me. Your stuff is gone.
You finally noticed? I haven't been in that house for a whole week. I'm surprised it took you this long to check on me.
Huh?
I'm at your parents' house right now. Actually, I've been here getting nursed back to health for a week. Margaret has been taking wonderful care of me.
At my parents' house? Why are you going to my family home without permission? You can't just show up at my parents' house. That's completely inappropriate. And getting nursed, making my mother take care of you.
Margaret actually invited me to come over. She found me huddled in the closet and immediately rescued me. She took one look at the situation and said no sick person should be living like that.
Rescued you? What are you talking about? You were quarantined, not imprisoned.
She said I'd never get better in a place like that and brought me to your family home. The first thing she did was make me a proper bed in their guest room. You know, an actual room with windows and fresh air.
You probably just took advantage of your high fever and acted dramatically. Don't bother my mother just because I wouldn't nurse you.
What's bothersome about it, you stupid son?
Huh? Mom? Why are you texting? Are you listening to our conversation?
I've been listening from next door. And what is that attitude of yours? How can you speak to your sick wife like that? I can't believe the way you're talking to Sarah right now.
What, Mom? Why are you so angry?
I'm beyond anger. I'm appalled. I heard everything from Sarah. You locked her in a closet when she had a 104-degree fever. A closet, Kyle! A dark, cramped storage space with no ventilation.
I didn't lock her up. It was quarantine. You know, Mom, I absolutely can't miss work because of a cold. Quarantine was the only option. I was being responsible. I was protecting my career and my health.
Then you should have given Sarah the bedroom and lived in the living room yourself. That's what a caring husband would do.
You're telling the husband to sleep on the sofa? Mom, I work hard all day. I deserve to sleep in my own bed.
You should sleep there for just a few days. A few days of discomfort to help your wife recover. Is that really too much to ask?
What? Why should I sacrifice my comfort when she's the one who got sick?
The wife considers not infecting the family. The husband considers helping his wife recover quickly. That's what marriage is, you stupid son! Marriage is about supporting each other through difficult times.
Wait a minute, why am I getting yelled at so much? I just followed your advice about quarantine life. You told me to quarantine her. You said it was important.
I said quarantine would be good, but I never said to put her in a closet, you stupid son!
But you said to stick the wife in a spare room! We live in an apartment and the only spare space is the closet! I was just following your advice as best I could with the space we have!
That's why I told you at the same time. I said if you'd like, we have a spare room here. Why didn't you bring Sarah here? I specifically mentioned that we have space here if you needed it.
What?
I was worried about Sarah's high fever and anxious about your infection control, so I wanted you to bring Sarah to our house. I thought it would be the perfect solution. Sarah could recover properly and you could avoid getting sick. I thought my son would guide things well. But what have you done? Instead, you stuff your sick wife in a closet like she's unwanted furniture.
I couldn't have known that without being told. Mom, you need to be more direct when you give advice. Besides, if you wanted to nurse her, you should have told Sarah directly. You could have just said, come over.
No daughter-in-law can refuse when her mother-in-law tells her to come. She wouldn't want to show her weakness when she's sick and feverish, so I was being considerate and told you indirectly. I expected you to be a thoughtful husband and make the right decision.
What's that supposed to mean? There's no way I could understand that. You can't expect me to read your mind, Mom.
Geez, you can't understand your mother's consideration, and you can't properly nurse your own wife. You really are a hopeless son. Just divorce Sarah. A man who doesn't cherish his wife has no right to have a family.
What? Even you're telling me to divorce? What kind of parent recommends divorce? Aren't you supposed to be on my side? I'm your son!
It's because I'm your parent that I'll say difficult things. Listen, bring the signed divorce papers right now. I will take responsibility for separating you two. Sarah deserves so much better than what you've given her.
Sarah, please help me. Can you come nurse me right now? I know we're divorced, but I really need you.
What?
I think I caught a cold. I have 104-degree fever. I'm burning up and shivering at the same time. Everything hurts.
Then take time off work and rest properly at home. I'm not there anymore, so you don't need to worry about quarantine. You have the whole apartment to yourself now. Use the bedroom, use the living room, whatever you want.
I need nursing to recover. I'm suffering from fever, but I'm hungry, and I need someone to buy me lots of drinks. I can't even get out of bed to go to the store. I feel so weak. Sarah, you know what I want without me having to say it, right? You always knew exactly what to get when I was sick.
Sports drinks, orange jelly, and canned peaches?
That's my Sarah. Buy me 3 of each. And I want the egg porridge you make. I can't get better without it.
How can you ask such things from someone you divorced? Ask Margaret and the others to shop and nurse you.
I already asked them! I contacted them as soon as I started feeling sick, but they coldly told me to sleep in the closet to get better. Can you believe that?
That's Margaret for sure. She was just giving you the same wonderful advice you gave me.
Actually, there's this nice girl I've been seeing since we broke up, but when I contacted her, she refused. She said she's scared of infection these days. She won't even answer my texts anymore.
So why are you summoning me, a stranger, as your last resort, after you called me worthless, useless, a failure as a wife?
Even though we divorced just a few months ago, you were my wife. We're not strangers, so help me out. We have history together. Those years of marriage have to count for something. You understand the suffering of high fever, don't you?
Yes, I understand it very well, but you put me in a closet when I was suffering like that. I was suffering from high fever, chills, and joint pain, yet you put me in a cramped, dark closet.
I'll apologize for that time, so please help me. I'm really sorry, okay? I was wrong. Is that what you want to hear? And if you come nurse me, I'm thinking I might marry you again. I've been thinking about it, and maybe we were good together after all.
What?
After the divorce, you've probably calmed down a bit, right? You might be regretting that sudden divorce. Living alone must be hard for you. You probably miss having a husband to take care of. Well, don't worry. I'm willing to remarry you. I'm being generous here. Not many men would take back a divorced woman. If you come nurse me, I'll specially forgive all your behavior from that time. I'll let it all slide.
What?
I want to eat the porridge you make. Come on, bring a marriage certificate and come make it right now.
I'm currently on a trip with your parents.
What? What do you mean you're on a trip?
So it's impossible. Just make your own porridge, and I'll never bring a marriage certificate, so forget about that. Who would want to get back together with you? I don't need a selfish husband who doesn't cherish his wife. I've learned what I'm worth, and it's definitely more than being someone's unpaid nurse and cook.
What? Wait a minute. Why are you on a trip with my parents right now? They're my parents. Why are they spending time with my ex-wife instead of helping their own son?
My health has recovered. The divorce was finalized, and in these 3 months, I found a new job and a new home. Margaret and the others said they wanted to celebrate that.
So you went on a trip? My mother's son, your ex-husband, is suffering with a high fever, and she's off celebrating with you instead of taking care of me?
That has nothing to do with me. Well then, good luck fighting that high fever alone. We're going to enjoy our hot spring trip. My ex-husband Kyle's fever didn't break easily, and he missed about 5 days of work. However, saying, "The company can't function without me," he forced himself to go to work even though his fever hadn't completely broken. Of course, he received criticism from the entire company, and later the executives called him in and said, "We can't work with someone who doesn't understand hygiene management," transferring him to a corner department. By the way, Margaret, who's a bit tsundere, still cares about me even after the divorce, and we still keep in regular contact.